let's try and recover, bring ourselves back to the players in front of us. We have one Mr. StrangerSA of the North and one Mr. GP.
GP, I feel, is one of these sleeper hits. You know, you're talking about players like Zone, you're talking about players like Lagoat and Kyler and Bran, and yet I didn't feel like many people spoke about GP. And if you've seen his results in the past 2 weeks, I don't know what he's been doing. I don't know if he's been doing anything, but the man turned up. Yes. He's been getting wins on players like Wills, on Jay Miller, double eliminating Carnage at the last Monday Meltdown, 3rd place twice in a row.
Absolutely. Speaking about the playstyle that I know from experience of this guy has some of the strongest fundamentals in the UK. The fact that he was allowed to enter this event, which, because it's an Arcadian, I was actually quite surprised, because he has been PR'd before.
Yeah, he has. I remember on that very first PR, you know,
when in the early meta of the game, he was one of the strongest players the UK had.
And it's just, you know, even with a character like Ike, where, you know, when you're thinking of top tiers, you're not thinking of this man, but just his fundamentals shine through.
We're going to see GP try and do it, and this is a very difficult matchup for him to prove his fundamentals in. Because he has, unlike Cloud, he really does have to pixel perfect space those aerials on shield in order to make them safe, in order to bait their opponent into stepping into that nasty jab that Ike has right there, and then start his grapple game. And that is GP's game plan. Whereas StrangerSA is going to want to either get some limit charge. Doesn't matter if it takes a little bit of damage because he's got that limit to sit back on. But GP is now starting to get his advantage state going.
And he's got, you know, and the thing is with GP is that, you know, well, both these characters, they've got to make the most of those precious moments that they have. And I was going to talk about this. Stranger, you know, obviously it's only been a couple of times, but he needs to, I don't know if he's comfortable challenging Ike's up B. Because Ike's recovery, I mean, you speak to GP, you ask him about Ike's recovery, that was a wacky trade. But you speak to him about his recovery and he's so angry. Ike's recovery is so linear.
Yes, it is very linear. It has some points of invulnerability, but if you have some reliable kill options, you can rip him out of it. And GP spacing that back air perfectly so that Stranger would walk into the tip. Really good stuff from him there, sealing out the first stock as well. 81% stock lead.
Excellent. And
well, at 81% on his current stock, so it's a good stock lead.
And the thing is, you're playing a character, well, let's be real, GP is probably the only notable Ike in the country and has got, like you said earlier, some of the strongest fundamentals in the game. So, like, yeah, you can rely on fundamentals for an unfamiliar matchup, but at the same time, like, look at that!
Okay.
He just waited for Stranger.
And also that strong conditioning as well. But consider this. To be able to wait against Cloud, you have to condition a Cloud that it is not okay for him to press buttons on landing. Do you have any idea how hard that is? StrangerSA jobbing that stock right there. Unfortunately for him, going early to try and beat the eruption back down. So to convince a Cloud that it is not okay for him to be pressing buttons on landing is an extremely difficult task.
And there are very few characters in general. You know, you're going to meet. You know, Cloud mains are all about, you know, be scared of me. I could go for anything right now. And so when you've got a Cloud player who is shook, who is like, I'm scared to do something, that's when you know you've got a truly incredible player on your hands here.
And the reverse hitbox of that jab, Stranger woke enough to shield it.
Really, really solid. So, you know, I like the option, the stage pick of Battlefield. You know, obviously the incredible combo game of Cloud being escalated by those platforms.
You have to land next to him.
You know, this is. Yeah, and here we go. And this is where it gets started. You know, Stranger is going to want to keep him in the air, and there it is. Not getting the sour spot. That was quite unfortunate there. But you know what we were talking about. You know, is Stranger confident enough to challenge that up B? And he's like, watch me challenge it.
Yes. So he has the confidence. He just needs to be able to go for it again. So what we saw happen there was a Stranger tried to get some of those up air combos, up air strings started. GP went directly to the ledge. Now, Stranger was ready for that option. He surmised that GP was going to probably try this because GP doesn't have a lot of faith in his ability to land next to Cloud, especially. I don't think many players of many characters do.
Yeah, and you could see just the level of respect that these two players are giving each other. GP landed with a back air, and they both stayed in shield.
Okay, so I have a suspicion that was actually a 50-50 that GP just put him into right there. You either sit and take the forward air, or you air dodge and you can be up aired on reaction as well, and that's a guarantee, and that's a kill if either of them hit.
There is nice dash attack coming out there from Stranger. You know, he really does want to secure this stock before a couple of combos from GP, and then suddenly it's much more of an uphill battle. Probably want to conserve. I think Stranger's one of those Clouds that actually likes to conserve his limit. He prefers to
use the stat boost.
Yeah, exactly. Spacing errors, particularly at 170%, he's not going to let limit go.
That was really bad there from Stranger though, because he just let GP quick draw right in front of his face and just held shield. But that back air is going to seal out that stock. Even stocks 38% on Stranger. Let's go. This game is not over.
With limit as well. This is oh, nice, beautiful tech there coming out from Stranger. Just being able to tech back, get that stage control. Really nice call out on the approach there from GP, just back airing him for his troubles.
So what you'll start seeing to happen right now is, now that GP is aware that Stranger feels confident challenging Ether, GP might start holding left or holding towards the stage and bringing himself onto stage to avoid getting dare spiked out of the final frames of Ether. That's when the move's at its most vulnerable.
Yeah, and GP probably, using it, he was testing it. He was like, can you do this? Stranger's like, I'm going to challenge that. And he's like, right, let's make those adjustments. And that's the thing with GP. He's so good at making those adjustments on the fly. Beautiful neutral air going out there. Is that all the kind of thing?
I like him going for the dare near the shark, where it would have sharked through at the ledge. Perhaps he could have traded there.
Quite connecting there. Nice spacing coming out from Stranger. Back air. Oh my goodness.
That is 2-0 GP. Really solid finish to that game there as well. He was continually drifting away from Stranger. It's basically, and the moment saw him filling, he let one back air fly. And I think it was some suspect DI.
Yeah, definitely so.
There was some, one might say, JDI in this situation.
But the thing is that I feel like Stranger isn't losing composure. I'm not seeing too many panic options coming out from him, which is, so vital, particularly when you're in this situation where, again, we're 2-0 up.
Yes.
And he's got to keep that level head if he's going to stand a chance of making it into this top 8.
So GP's making a real attempt to try and take center stage at the beginning of this game. He wants to hold center stage, force Stranger backwards, and then he can start, when Stranger starts throwing out those panic options that GP isn't seeing yet, we'll be treated to some grab options from GP. That's how GP will get his actual damage and pressure started.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said this, and GP got center stage at a 55% deficit and brought it all the way back. From one interaction, oh my goodness, hoping with the tech roll in there, GP not giving it to him again.
Ike doesn't really have the tools to punish him from that kind of range though, so I feel like it's a good option from Stranger. Really woke of him to just let it rip. A charged version as well for the extra shield stun.
He knew it was just to get into GP's head, being like, by the way, I know what you're doing. Oh my goodness, this pressure. Stranger is amazing at pressuring without actually doing anything. He's not one to be like, I'm just going to hit your shield and hit your shield. Nice cross slash.
That's a
there it goes. But Stranger will hop around your shield 4 times and then read your roll. He is so good. He will shake you.
Stranger really needs to get back onto stage there. Being stuck at the ledge against GP, he would have just spaced in there against you.
That's a lovely pivot grab there. Oh my good.
So that was a really nice fake out right there. Goes to fake for the up air, and Tom just gets down to the ground and immediately grabs.
Oh my goodness. The super armor coming out from the initial bit of Ike's up B. Just tanking that spike attempt.
He was ready for the roll, and now he's really pressuring GP off stage. He doesn't care. He's got a stock to burn. He'll go as far off. He's got a stock to burn to go to potentially end this game, put this game to bed.
77% with limit. This man getting the soft hit there. 8% not quite. Oh my goodness, not quite being enough. Went all the way through the stage.
Ike is a big boy and quick draw coming back. Ike's a big boy, and he's not dying. getting caught in his complacency there. This game is not over yet.
Fantastic. You've got to be so careful when trying to intercept. It can all go downhill real quick. But 121%, you know, again, like, it's going to be tough for GP, but, you know, and it's the thing, like we were saying, Stranger could have so easily lost his composure, down smash. Beautiful.
That was really solid stuff. He didn't lose his composure once he got hit by a random quick draw recovery.
And like, particularly how these other games have gone, it would be so easy for Stranger to do that. Most of the players would have crumbled.
Yeah, and especially with Cloud's recovery. So GP is a smart player. If he gets the chance to, he will abuse the weakness that is Cloud's recovery. He's got down tilt to pop him up into all kinds of follow-ups. So
it's like getting revenge for all the times that he has been gimped and destroyed because of his own recovery. More of a personal motivation there, but you know, again, GP, what you were saying earlier with the stage positioning. You know, whoever's got center stage is really just taking this match very nice counter on the way down. He hasn't thrown that out all match. Oh my goodness.
So, I like that early climb hazard there from Cloud.
And being able to I feel like if GP had held on to that a little longer, he probably could have at least traded. But again, you're not just going to expect.
Oh my goodness! There are just aerial buttons, well-spaced aerial buttons coming out. I saw a moment there where Stranger whiffed there, GP whiffed there, and nobody was anywhere near each other. They're both trying to zone each other out with their great zoning options, but it wasn't going anywhere for a split second.
Both these players here, you know,
there we
really
go. Jumping aerials. That's all we're seeing right now. And it's GP who's losing the battle right now because his shield was lower and he was getting pressured harder.
You know, yeah, you know, like Cloud having more of that, you know, safe pressure than Ike does at this point. And you know, you can see both running and shielding, knowing that, you know, this aerial pressure coming out from both, you know. They are just dancing around each other. That jab one, and look at that! That run back into the back air. GP not quite falling for it.
I think the key word there is patience. Both players being very patient, not just going straight for their hardest reads.
Particularly when they're both at kill percent, it's so easy to fall into that trap of, you know, I need to get this kill, I have to get this kill, and both of them just staying patient. Nice neutral air there, you know, catching GP's retreat. What I kind of want to see, which Stranger hasn't thrown out yet, is I want to see Blade Beam deal with GP.
Yes, that could be a good
Speaking of Blade Beam, oh my
God. And the counter as well comes out, catches him trying to approach with a raw fair.
Fantastic.
And is that the straight run back? Yeah, there we go.
There we go. This is completely even here. Stranger wanting to take this to a game 5. GP wanting to, you know, get that top 8 in the bag.
Just early doors. And here it goes.
Yeah, this is
the up air strings and Stranger very much. That's a really tough skill, I find. Just turn around, grab when you need to do it in the clutchest of moments, can put your opponent into a nasty disadvantage. GP is very good at it. Another player very good at it is Virum.
No, never. Really incredible here. I feel like Stranger slightly has the upper hand, and you know, him being able to keep this limit all the way through, he's going to use it at that right moment. Back air, punishing the up smash read. I wasn't quite sure what GP was going for, but you know, spacing coming out. Again, look at this pressure!
Yes, so the fear being put into your opponent at that moment. I think GP's woken up to it now though. He knows what Stranger wants to do.
Yeah, and having to use up that limit there. The forward air coming out from GP. He's wanting to steal this. Not quite being enough. And again,
so back to back, that's a scary situation. Whichever character has the better hit all around option.
That's him! Neutral air intercepting there. We've got another game 5.
Wills is sitting there over at the TO desk, like praying for the schedule of this tournament. When you're planning a tournament, apparently you plan for every game to go to game 5 anyway.
I mean, you have to. You know, and you've got sets if you've got if you've got a game 5 set that goes to timeout every time, that's 30-35 minutes.
Absolutely.
Crazy. But this game 5.
Yes, so battle of the longswords. And basically it's another test of who can space their aerials better, and that's when the metagame begins. And one thing I noticed in the last game was the metagame sort of began, whichever player had their shield whittled down first, whoever failed to power shield, or perfect shield as meant like the most aerials, and took the most shield damage, was usually the next player being put into disadvantage out of an exchange, because that's when the panic options come. And like you said, StrangerSA making people burn their shield without really doing much, just by approaching the fear.
Dancing around their shield, particularly at a point where when he's got limit cross slash and your shield's at about half, that's going to break your shield.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Incredible play by StrangerSA there. Seeing that GP went for that up smash and going, you know what, you are done, sir. Top 8 is mine today.
Wow, GP reacting to that quite well, not taking much damage. He's playing super safely, super woke right now.
And just, you know, and this is a limit pack on again. Ike was at 62% when he lost that last stock. And, you know, I'm not sure that Stranger's going to go for that kind of read again, you know.
Oh wow,
Oh my
Strange
God. And again,
was ready.
look at the pressure, he just stood there.
Not moving at all. This is a calm, calculated serial killer we're seeing right now.
I'm not sure what
Just let you burn out your own shield and then watch you squirm as you try to get away from Cloud's actual pressure. That's just him as a player.
The double empty hop into the jabs, another upper coming out there, you know. But you know, all 4 games were relatively close, and suddenly Stranger has just began to run away with this. There it is, dash attack.
Not going to take that stock.
And wasting his limit as well. Oh, nice. The early up B there, intercepting. Down smash.
Oh, big reaction there. That was not the best of reactions there from GP. You can tell he went super far on tilt during that last game.
And it's so frustrating. And again, that
when you get punished like that so hard for whiffing a very, very early kill move, get hit by a move that kills even earlier. StrangerSA punished him hard. GP